Drum sing, welcome to Dr. Yong.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Good afternoon. Ni hao ma. Selamat pagi. Namaste. In Indian, greetings. Namaste. Anyway, I am so happy to see all of you. And one of the reasons why I am so happy to come here because Malaysia is my not second home. Malaysia is my first home. When I look at our brothers and sisters, I am getting old also. When I see our brothers and sisters also, they are getting old. Generation and brothers and sisters growing up very rapidly. And I am so grateful to God and our true parents and Chongpyeong team. We have a very beautiful opportunity to have this kind of the wonderful province in Malaysia. Because of the time limit, I want to share some of the very important topic. Honestly, life and spiritual world. Part 1, I'd like to share based on why we should love our enemy. Do you believe that the spiritual world does exist? Yes or no? I don't know how to say Chinese. 是不是? Sir, spiritual world is not just the old concept. Spiritual world is really does exist. Reality. So based on this content, I'd like to share some Father's word here. Father said, human beings were created to live. Okay. Human beings were created to live in 3 worlds. Human beings were created to live in 3 worlds. Firstly, we spent around 10 months breathing water in our mother's womb. Secondly, we spend perhaps 100 years on earth breathing air. And lastly, we shed our physical bodies and live for eternity in spiritual world. Then, how can we breathe in spiritual world? We breathe love in the spiritual world. Since the spiritual world is indeed the world of love, we cannot live without love. Therefore, we need to live a life of accumulating our actual results of love on the earth. And air in the spiritual world is a composed of love. Since air in the spiritual world is a composed of love, many people do not know. The spiritual world is a composed of love. If your spirit self is not prepared, you will not be able to breathe when you enter heavenly realms. The world here is a world of air, but next world is the world of love. You have to prepare your spirit self to feel love. Otherwise, you will not be able to establish relationships in spiritual world. Then you will have bigger problems that will take millions of years to resolve. Father said, if we cannot complete our spirit self as a man of true love. Father said, once you go to spiritual world, almost impossible to grow up yourself. Father here talking about it takes millions of years to solve. That's why Father talking about how much important our earthly life. And 10 months in mother's womb, if a baby is not growing very well, didn't prepare very well, then can you imagine 100 years in earthly world, how much she or he will suffer. So 10 months preparation is 400 years on the earth. And then many people do not believe in spiritual world. Many people do not know the value of earthly life. Actually, 100 years on earthly life is a preparation for eternal world. Eternal world. We live in eternal world forever. In mother's womb, there is no water, baby cannot breathe. In earthly world, if we don't have air, we cannot survive. Same way, anyone without exception go to spiritual world. However, spiritual world is composed of love. You don't have an actual and substantial result of the true love. No way to survive in spiritual world. That's why we need to train up ourselves. How can I become man of true love? Not just only focus on what to eat, what to wear, what to drink, where to go. That is not the main purpose. How can we train up ourselves? I already mentioned many times to our brothers and sisters, why we have to become champion of true love. Why we have to live for the sake of others. Why Heavenly Father create human being for living for the sake of others? The reason is very clear. Because love only comes from object partner. You can create money, whatever, any kind of material by yourself. However, you cannot create love and joy by yourself. Why like that? Because love only comes from object partner. If you are just alone, okay? If you are just alone, how can you feel true love? You cannot feel true love. For example, nobody around here, just only you live here alone. What do you feel? You cannot see anyone around you, just alone yourself. Past 1 month, 2 months, even few months. What do you feel? If you can produce love and joy by yourself, no need to live for the sake of others. No need to object partner of the love. However, love only can feel from object partner, no other way. God created the universe. God created diamond, sun and moon and ocean, whatever He needs, He can create everything. However, even though God is omnipotent God, omniscient God, however, He cannot create love and joy by Himself. He needs to have object partner. God's object partner is human being. So without human being, as a parent, he cannot feel love. That is the main reason our father's philosophy always saying, you need to live for the sake of others, because love comes from object partner. Without becoming perfect being of the true love, you cannot live in spiritual world. That's why Father Moon talking about you need to really practice. How can you become man of true love? Then you go to spiritual world, live safely, okay, in spiritual world. And then Father was talking about here. And then I go, you got something wrong. Then what's the reality of the kingdom of heaven? This is a message, very nice and beautiful message from Dr. Sang Lee, one of our Father Moon's disciple, very important disciple. He went to spiritual world and he sent the spiritual message to the earth. And he talking about what the kingdom of heaven. He said, let me explain about the unification is the realm of spiritual world. This place indeed the kingdom of heaven. It is truly restored the Garden of Eden, an incredibly peaceful place. It is filled with happiness and brimming with hope. It is surely Garden of love, a truly fascinating and intoxicating place where birds of love are blooming. And it is the Holy of Holies, which is overflowing with inexpressible beauty. Wow! This is the kingdom of heaven. Actually, those who already received the blessing by Father Moon and Mother Moon, you have that kind of qualification to enter that kind of the kingdom of heaven. Do you want to go this kind of the kingdom of heaven? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Let's go now. Problem is, once we go, and then we cannot come back. So, if we try, if we want to go to that kind of the kingdom of heaven, first condition is you have to complete yourself, your spiritual self, as a perfect being of the true love. That's why I'm very, very inspired. Since I, joined our movement, nobody clearly teach about spiritual world. But Father Moon said very clearly, spiritual world is the world of true love. And the spiritual world actually requires your actual achievement of the true love. First one, actual achievement of loving your family. Very, very important condition. When we go to spiritual world, and surely ask us, how much do you have the actual achievement of loving your family? And many religious leaders, NGO leaders, many saints and sages are talking about, kingdom of heaven. But Father Moon discovered that many of them misunderstand the kingdom of heaven. However, our Father Moon discovered the kingdom of heaven. Who really can enter the kingdom of heaven? He said, one who experiences the true love. Then what does true love means? According to our Father Moon's guidance, true love means God's love. God's love consists of centering on 4 kinds of love. Number 1, parental love. Secondly, conjugal love between husband and wife. And thirdly, brothers and sisters love. Number 4, children's love. How much true love is giving and giving and giving and giving and forget what I have given and still want to give more. But in general like that. But substantial God's love, to experience substantial God's love, you need to experience 4 kinds of love. God's love is parental love plus And then conjugal love plus brothers and sisters love plus children's love. Therefore, without becoming father and mother as a parent, you never understand what is the nature of God. Secondly, without marriage, you do not know what the husband and wife's love. That's why Father was saying that without marriage, nobody, no one can enter the kingdom of heaven. I discovered that the structure of the kingdom of heaven never welcome alone individual, but many religious leaders teach you wrong way. If you become individual in perfection, you can enter the kingdom of heaven. But Father will discover that no, kingdom of heaven never welcome alone. Based on family unit. And also without your brothers and sisters, you cannot enter kingdom of heaven. Even though you marry somebody, however, you don't have children, kingdom of heaven cannot welcome you. This is the structure of the kingdom of heaven. Father will first time discover about that. This is really, really shocking news to all religious leaders. Father will say, the structure of the family, the structure of the kingdom of heaven is based on family. Based on 3 generations together. That's why you need to experience of true love. Where can I experience true love? He said, in the family. You need to marry. And then you can feel what the husband and wife love. And you need to have children. And then you can feel what the parents love. And you need to have the parents. You need to know what is the filial piety. That's why actually, God's love which is true love, is very, very simple. How can I experience? Not just in the society, not just in the nation, not in somewhere else. You can feel God's true love in the family. Very important. The structure of the kingdom of heaven externally, 4-position foundation. What the internal content of the kingdom of heaven is, centering on this kind of 4 realms of heart. And then 3 great kingship. That's why 3 generations have to live together. Grandparents and parents and children together. That's why this all 3 generations like one unit, one family unit. If, for example, grandchildren have some problem, Father will say, kingdom of heaven do not welcome you until you're one of the problem child, okay, among the grandchild, completely recover. You need to wait. Husband and wife and father and mother, brothers and sisters have to wait until that person quickly, until that person completely recover. Wow. That's why when Father Moon experienced in the spiritual world, kingdom of heaven, he's so surprised. Nobody in the kingdom of heaven. That's why we are talking about here. In order to go to the kingdom of heaven, what's the first condition required? You need to love your family. Who will send you kingdom of heaven? You need to recognize by your father and mother. Therefore, without loving your parents, you never understand what God's love. Without recognizing your husband and your wife cannot be recognized by kingdom of heaven. Without recognizing your brothers and sisters, you cannot be recognized by God and by spiritual world. Without children, without children's recognition, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. That's why the structure of the kingdom of heaven, my brothers and sisters, you need to know, centering on family. That's why you need to have an actual result of the true love. I recognize my father and mother, my spouse, my brothers and sisters, my children. How about you? Can you have that kind of recognition by each one of your family members? Kingdom of heaven, first condition, you need to be recognized by your family. Secondly, spiritual role requires your actual achievement of loving your neighbors. Okay, first of all, you need to love your family, recognize your family. Based on that, you need to be recognized by your neighbors. Not just only your family, your neighbor, by your tribe, by your nation and world. This is very, very important about the Father's guidance. According to our terminology of the divine gospel word, you need to love your king. Without recognition by king, as Abel cannot be recognized by spiritual world. This is very important. That's why Father Moon said, you need to live for the sake of others. Our Father Moon and Mother Moon, their main philosophy is what? Living for the sake of others. Without this kind of loving result, you cannot breathe in spiritual world. Last one is the most difficult one. Spiritual world requires, okay? Spiritual world requires of loving your enemy. Anyway, second part I'd like to mention a little bit more. Actual achievement of loving your neighbor. Father Man said, our spirit selves are supposed to grow through receiving love and by moving the heart of others. So our physical body can survive, can grow up through the eating and drinking, okay? And then can breathing, you can survive. However, our spiritual self need to have that kind of spiritual nourishment. What to eat, what to wear, what to drink, based on true love. That's why when I love somebody, and somebody touched by my heart and love, and the love, his love vibration come to my spirit self, and touch my spirit self, then only that time our spiritual body can grow up. That's why without touching people's heart, without moving people's heart, without loving people's heart, without living for the sake of others' heart, our spirit no way to grow up. If we just only focus on your physical desire, what to eat, what to wear, what to drink, your spiritual self never grow up. That's why we need to know that 100 years in earthly world is the preparation for eternal world. In eternal world, without love, there is no way to survive. In earthly world, without air, you can die. Everybody can die within 4 minutes and 5 minutes. That's why those who don't have actual result of the true love, no way to survive in spiritual world. That's why whatever you do, in public mission, your own mission, whatever you do, our main purpose, our fundamental purpose is, how can I become man of true love, woman of true love? This is our fundamental goal. Father will discover this kind of beautiful principle in spiritual world. That's why I really love, since I learned our Father and Mother's guidance, I have life-changing experience. So I need to arrange this one, and so much complete now. And then the point, spiritual world requires your actual achievement of loving your enemy. You need to subjugate your enemy. This is a very hard one, very difficult job. Why? Why we have to love our enemy? Huh? Many people, do you understand why we have to love our enemy? Without loving enemy, kingdom of heaven cannot recognize you. Just simple answer. Father said, the kingdom of heaven is the world of perfection, perfect beauty. Do not allow any small percentage hatred, jealousy, any kind of evil, any kind of fallen nature. Do not allow. Therefore, in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, if you have the fallen nature, you do not know how to love people, even your enemy, kingdom of heaven cannot welcome you. True love need to digest even your enemy. You are the one, yourself difficult to love your own enemy. That's why one of the most important training is not just only loving my father and mother, not just only loving my brothers and sisters, my husband, a spouse, about the children. Most hard one is what? I have to love our enemy, my enemy. Because the kingdom of heaven is a perfect world. Do not allow even small percentage. You cannot digest your enemy. Means your true love is not yet completed. That's why kingdom of heaven is do not welcome you. That's why how can I train up myself through loving my enemy? Huh? That's why God has no choice. He needs to go this way. Even throughout the human history, all saints and sages need to go through that way. If you complete these three kind of requires, I am telling you, according to Father Moon's word, guarantee can enter kingdom of heaven. And also Father said here, if you wish to go to the kingdom of heaven, you must obtain the document of surrender from your enemy. If you wish to go to the kingdom of heaven, you obtain a document of surrender from your enemy. Without getting a document that proves you have loved even enemy, you cannot go to heaven. Even though we could treat those who oppose us as enemies, we have to love them, which is an astonishing way of doing things. We have to love our enemies. We have to pray that they receive the blessings. There is no other way. That's why, my dear brothers and sisters, one of the most important our responsibility is what? Loving our enemy, which I really cannot love. When you love your enemy, you can have a different dimension. That's why you need to have more time whom really you cannot love. Then our capacity to love become bigger and deeper, more higher, more wider. Today, I'd like to introduce one of the saints in Korean, famous leader. His nickname is Atomic Bomb of Love. He regarded as a world saint. He started his mission serving the lepers in 1939 until killed by the North Korean army in 1950 while serving the lepers. He ate the rice being mixed with the dropping pus from the leper's skin. Can you imagine? Can you do that? Do you understand the meaning of the lepers? Do you understand? Lepers. You do not know what does it mean? Lepers? Yes or no?
Yes.
You understand the word, the lepers? Yes? This is really one of the very serious sickness. And then anyone get this kind of sick, and then always dropping the pus. And then from the head and from the hand and from the mouth, from every part of the skin, it's always dropping the pus. And then sometimes this pus dropping to the rice. And then this man, Yong's son, eat this rice together with lepers. That's why we call his atomic bomb of love. And he stayed room 14 with very serious lepers with a stinky smell. Nobody want to go that room because very serious patient, very smelly. Nobody want to enter that room 14 because there are serious lepers gathered together. However, while he wiped out pus with bare hands, hugged the lepers, and pat them on the head. It's okay, don't worry, you will recover. Always encourage. Then, if you touch the leper's hand or skin, you immediately, get same kind of sickness. That's why everybody have a certain distance from the lepers. But this person living together, eat together, and touch their skin. But he never affected. He said that affected parts of the leper suck out the bloody pus with the mouth. Since he heard that man's saliva can be medicine to cure the affected part. Wow! You can see about the photo, the affected part of the leg, and then he, suck out the bloody pus. Wow! This is really amazing God. One of the young son's wishes, he said, I would rather be a leper like you and live together. This is one of my wish, he said. He always delivered message. His message was not just a lecture, but demonstration of love beyond word. And he always did, and then talk to the people. Oh my Lord, let me love these people more than I love my own parents and family. I would rather be a leper so that I could live together with them joyfully for the rest of my life. Wow. He really loved that kind of patient more than his own family, more than his own children. At the time, Korean, his time is under the Japanese colony. He protested Japanese shrine and then worshipping. That's why Japanese soldiers put him in the jail for 6 years. He starved daily by eating less than a handful of rice. And then, what happened later on? After liberation from the Japanese colony, Son Yang-won's 2 sons were brutally killed by An-jae's son during the riot in Yeosu in 1948. Can you imagine? He has only 2 sons, but his 2 sons killed by communists. His name is An-jae's son. First son is Dong-in in his 25 years. Second son Dong-shin in his 19 years old boy. Yang Won-son had gone through incredible sadness, pain, and shocked in his heart. Can you imagine? He have only 2 sons, just one day killed by communist Anje's son. Can you imagine how much his heart is so sad? And then this Anje's son, you see the photo below the photo? He's the one who killed above 2 sons. Anje's son who killed his 2 sons was the enemy of enemies. In the funeral ceremony, Yang son did not reveal his sadness. Instead, he made up his mind to be grateful to God. He said, not only he named his enemy Jason An as Jason's son, but also made him repent. Eventually, he adopted him as his son. When I read his books, I really moved by his life. When he heard that his 2 sons killed by Anje's son, and then after funeral ceremony, he went to Anje's son who killed his 2 sons and convinced him and talked to him. You need to repent. Communist is wrong. You need to come back my home and live together. And he gave a beautiful guidance to Anje's son. And then his enemy Anje's son, almost the same as his son, truly repent, conscience stricken, and came back to home. And finally, he made a determination to go to Yang son's home. And then he became Yang son's adopted son, accept him as an adopted son. Later, Yang son worked wonders of love. He raised his enemy, Jason's son, as a leader. This guy, so now he very become one of the very famous leader in Korea. When Mr. Son raised up him as his own son, and he truly moved by his sacrifice and his true love. How much he loved the patient of the leper, how much he focused on and loving him and raised up him. And when he grew up and he go there, here and there, always testify his father's greatness. This is Mr. Son. Also, he became a very famous leader who did not leave his flocks behind. He took care of the lepers during the Korean War in 1950. North Korean communists regarded patriot as an object to be executed. North Korean people looking for who is the patriot, who is the leader. Find that kind of person, immediately kill. He did not flee from the dangerous situation. He said that, I cannot escape abandoning you who are sick in order to save my own life. If you live, I live. If you die, I die. He chose the destiny of the martyrdom, as he said. He said, as long as there is just one patient as a laborer in my institution, Yong, the laborer's house, I won't leave here. Eventually, he was arrested by the North Korean Communist Army and then killed by North Korean Army. Till end of the moment of his earthly life, at the execution ground, he loved even communists. He said, communism is wrong. Communism is wrong. You need to come back. The even moment of die, he continuously talked to the communists. As he was protecting his flocks and praying for them, sincerely, the army executed and shot him on September 28, 1950, during Korean War in Yosu, Korea. True of love is loving, digesting, giving to your enemy. It's very important. And many people will ask me about yourself, how you could overcome in such kind of difficulties, especially loving your enemy. Do you want to hear my love stories?
Yes!
Do you want to hear that?
Yes!
Even though time is not enough, I would like to share very short my love stories and the testimony. This Malaysia is for me is a very unforgettable place. We start a family with my wife in Malaysia, and my children, two children were born in Malaysia.
Oh.
So I think Malaysia is really one part of my heart. As you know, my wife is not Korean, my wife is Japanese. Yeah? As a Korean, not is to love Japanese wife. Not because of the character, not because of the culture, not because of the nationalities. When I was young, I am a very quite good student. I studied very, very hard. And I already got a #1 result in my classroom, and my teacher really loves me. Elementary school, middle school, high school. I relate to teachers and my brothers and sisters. Especially I love the subject of the history. When I learned about the Korean history, I was very, very inspired. Because how Korean people go through all kind of the hardships and training. And I know that Korea has more than nearly 5,000 history. But as you know, Korea, even though we have 5,000 history, there are so many times invaded by neighbor nations, especially China, Japan, Mongolia. Then Korean people gone through incredible sacrifice. Can you imagine? Among 5,000 years, there are 930 times war. That means once 4 years have war. That's why Korean people, cannot focus, because every 4 years have this kind of war. That's why Korean people not is to settle down. Whenever we try to settle down, and then foreign country invade. That's why Korean people culture always what? Pali. Pali. Quiet. Quickly. Because our Korean culture was like that. Always invaded by our neighbor nation. Not is to settle down. Many people killed by it. Especially, when I see my family tree, my grandfather, and even my grandmother's side, many of them killed by Japanese. That's why when I was young, I had a very, very strong resentment toward Japanese people. Sometimes I had a dream of my ancestors and then how much they are angry with the Japanese people. So then when I was young, when I learned Korean history, I decided to become Korean patriot. Okay? I want to love my nation. But simply say my patriotism is, when I grow up, and then how can I kill more Japanese people? That is my patriotism. And then, at the age of 18, I joined unification movement and met Father Moon and Mother Moon. I learned so many things from our founder, Mother Moon and Mother Moon. Especially one of the most incredible guidance is attribution of true love. you need to love the people. And then they are the one who show very beautiful example. And then I really determined to resemble our Father Moon and Mother Moon. And then one day, Father Moon called me, all Korean young boys and girls, I think more than 6,500 people in Yong, one of the major cities in Korea. And also, my Father Moon and Mother Moon also invited from Japan, more than 6,500 Japanese boys and girls. We do not know Father Moon's intention, what he's going to do. And then he came to the blessed way, and then he teaches from morning till evening. And then he said, you really have to be a champion of true love. What's the meaning of true love? You need to digest even your enemy. And then we, without exception, everybody, we love Father Moon and Mother Moon because we really love his teaching. And then we determine to respond to Father Moon, Mother Moon. Yes, we can love our enemy. We do not know his intention. What is he going to do? Then at the end of the workshop, Father Moon said, you already determined to love your enemy. So from now on, do you know what's the greatest problem between Korean and Japanese? Enemy relationship. As a Korean people, you need to love Japanese. As a Japanese people, you need to love Korean people. We say, yes, we do not know his intention, what he's going to do. And then you already determined, okay, then from now on, I will match between Korean and Japanese. Then I got almost electric shock. Almost I fell down. I can marry Malaysian, Chinese, even Chinese. I can love Singaporean. I can love even Indian. I can love even African. I can love everybody, any girl. Just wear skirt, okay? I can marry with anyone except Japanese. That much I hate, Japanese. My family, my neighbor hate Japanese. My God, how can I follow Father Moon and Mother Moon? I already determined to resemble Father Moon and Mother Moon. He said, you need to love me. Yes. And then, at the time I sit in front, and then Father said, you need to stand up. I stand up, and then he already tried to find my spouse, where your spouse is, here and there. And then he went down at the corner of the door, and then he pointed out one girl, and then he looked at me, and then he just said, show the signal like this. That means already matched. Already, my destiny already decided. And then she came to in front all the way, and then no choice, in front of Father Moon, Mother Moon, we both of us greeting to Father Moon, Mother Moon. And then we went out from the room. I really struggled. How can I love my enemy? I went out. We drink tea. But I never look at my wife's face because she's my enemy. I want to kill her. I really don't like Japanese people. And then my wife just keep quiet. She does not know what to do. Kind of situation. I'm so much struggling. Can you imagine about it? I visited Reverend Yong house and then visited there, and then I introduced my spouse, but I show my unhappiness to Reverend Yong. He said, anyway, you need to overcome. I say I need to overcome. But even though I prepared to accept my spouse, but for me, can you imagine about that? Just one is very easy. Lip service is very easy. Loving your enemy is easy. But for me, I can love something, but I cannot love Japanese. How can I bring to my father and mother, my spouse? This is impossible to me. I am that kind of stubborn character. Anyway, because of time, I need to make a conclusion. Can you imagine? I really try to love my 10 years, 20 years, now already become 30 years. You know, I need to walk together with my wife, my enemy, sleeping together with my enemy, eating together with my enemy, shopping together with my enemy, kissing together with my enemy. Then already 30 years passed. But I am telling you my true story. I honestly tell you, I put my really almost sincere effort, but sometimes still struggling because of that kind of issues. But finally, I overcame it. That's why I am telling you my conclusion. I cannot survive without my enemy now. She's my Savior. She's my God. And I talk to my children very often. When we watching the soccer between Korean team and Japanese team, I ask, which team do you want to cheer? Okay? Korean team or Japanese team? My daddy said, you are touching me, so still have a carry on of the fallen nature. They talk to me. Daddy, you need to know one thing. I love my mom. I love my daddy as well. I love Japanese because my mom is Japanese. I love Korean people because my dad is Korean. Wow. That's why Father would say, when you love your enemy, national boundaries, everything collapses. One of the best way to establish ideal world and kingdom of heaven and peaceful world. That's why there is a fighting between Muslim and Islam, between Muslim and Christian. Then Father will say, what's the best way? They love each other and then marry each other. Huh? Understand now? So now, I am the one who really practice how to love my enemy. That's why I have a qualification to share how to love your enemy. Forever. Everybody liberated and then enter the kingdom of heaven. Still one person living in the hell. God have to wait. Even still one person remains in the hell. That is not God's complete liberation. That's why liberation means without exception. Not just for unification, bless the family. Without exception. Everybody need to go to kingdom of heaven. Need to liberate from the hell. This is the heart of God. We need to know that. That is, that's why we are calling him. God is a parent of the parents. God has a parental heart. God has a heart of to love, even though you betray me so many times. You run away from me many, many times. God always is there. Always loving you. When you wake up, sun is rising up. Give me air, give me food. Give to everyone the same place. That's why we need to know that. Who is God? And then here, third point. Why we have to love our enemy? Because you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven without loving your enemy. Just now I already explained that. Heavenly kingdom. The kingdom of heaven is the perfection. Do not allow even 1% mistake. Kingdom of heaven is perfect beauty, perfect love. Do not allow even small immature things. At the same time, kingdom of heaven is a world of no accusation, no hatred, no jealousy, and no evil. That's why, because of your fallen nature, you cannot love your enemy. Kingdom of heaven do not welcome you, because the kingdom of heaven is a perfect world. Do not allow even 1% mistake. That's why while we are on the earth, I have to become perfect being of the true love. Kingdom of heaven, not just only believe in Jesus, believe in Buddha, believe in the Muhammad, enter the kingdom of heaven. Kingdom of heaven, not that kind of simple word. Huh? Just believe in God. Just believe in some kind of the religious founder and enter the kingdom of heaven. Then why this world become more terrible, more worse now? Spiritual war, the kingdom of heaven, not simply matter. That's why, my brothers and sisters, without digesting my enemy, without loving my enemy, which one is I cannot love the most? We really need to practice with my whole sincere heart. Difficult to talk to my husband, difficult to talk to my wife, difficult to talk to my parents, difficult to talk to my children, but you need to be patient like God. Need to open your mind and try to eat, try to love, try to give, try to sacrifice for the sake of your other partner, no matter what. One of the important nature of true love is what? Never, ever giving up. My dear brothers and sisters, God is a God of love. Our true parents, champion of true love. That's why he even embraced Kim Il-sung. Kim Il-sung, he's the one who killed many, many times our father. And then he went to North Korea and embraced his enemy, Kim Il-sung. God, true father knows that God's principle, without digesting your enemy, without loving your enemy, cannot be recognized by spiritual world. That's why, who can become champion of the true love? When you truly, truly love your enemy and embrace your enemy, and then your enemy naturally surrender to you, and then your enemy say and recognize you, you are truly, truly man of true love. That is like Satan's enemy's signature. That's why all religious leaders and all the religious people practice this principle, loving your enemy. As a Muslim, I need to love the Christian. As a Christian, you need to love no matter what, other religion. Then, national boundaries, religious boundaries, all collapse. Everybody practice loving your enemy.
Yes.
This is the only way make world peace. Ajo.
아주.
This is the way. That's why in order to become champion of true love, you need to love your enemy. Most difficult job. That is our most important portion of responsibility. That's why Father Moon said, when we love our enemy and become one in heart with them, the boundaries between us collapse. That's why God's strategy has always been to love his enemy. There can be no greater strategy than this. This crucial fact has escaped humankind's understanding, both in past ages and in modern times. Even though religious people say that love, but nobody real practice. That's why the world become worse and worse and worse. The boundaries become more stronger and stronger and stronger. Just only lip service. Nobody practice. As a unificationist, my dear brothers and sisters, as a blessed family, even ourselves, do not practice this kind of love. The world peace is impossible. That's why our Father Lord and Mother Lord promote interfaith dialogue. We are brothers and sisters under God. We are one family under God. God does not care your nationality. God does not care your religion. God does not care your color. We are same brothers and sisters under God. That's why we truly, as a unificationist, as a blessed family, no matter what, we need to love Muslim, we need to love the Buddhism, we need to love Confucianism, we need to love everybody because they are children of God. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
No more liberating ancestors. Before them, your heart is important. How much do I become man or true? How much I truly love my wife? How much do I truly love my husband, my father, mother? How much really do I love my brothers and sisters? If we do not practice within ourselves, why are you talking about the kingdom of heaven? Why are you talking about the world? That's why we need to train up all to the world. How can I become man of true love? This is our fundamental goal. When you truly practice loving your enemy, I am telling you, you will reach different dimension. Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Do you agree with me?
Yes.
Nobody heckles. Father said, today I tell you clearly that God's strategy for our salvation is for us to love our enemy. You and the adherent of the unification, the faith who have followed me until now are the representative of our history and our current world. You now know heaven's remarkable secret. Now all you have to do is adopt this principle, practice it, and thus become true men and women. Do this, you are sure to become key players in bringing about world of peace. Father said, life is very, very short. Life is short. 10 years can pass almost without you knowing. Everything is decided in 30 years after your marriage. This year, oh my God, I left Malaysia. Already how long ago? I already married. Already this year become 30 years. Wow. And then my physical age already, my God, I am 62 years old. I cannot believe I am 62 years old. Huh? And then today, when I see concept, where's concept? Concept, when I see concept, wow, I see, he's getting old. Me too also, I'm getting old. Father said, here, life is very short. Once you enter the kingdom of heaven, spiritual world, you live there, not 1,000 years, not million years, you live there forever. But everything decided according to your life 100 years. Everything is decided in the 30 years after your marriage. The pace of life does not wait for you forever. Life is busy. We all have to die at some point. Do you have confidence that you will not die? You will surely die, and then you will go to the spiritual world. Life on earth is but an instant. It is like a months spent in your mother's womb. Then, by age of 62, I don't know how long I can survive, 10 years or 20 years. Life is very short. And then I reflect on myself. What is my achievement of true love? This is very interesting, Father said, everything is connected in spiritual world. That world transcends time and space. So people who lived years ago can be with you. You can meet anyone freely as you wish. So explanation and excuse will not be necessary. You will know everything at a glance. You will know right away whether someone is ranked below, beside or above you in love. When you meet men who were grandfather in past age, you will know their rank of love right away. Those rankings are absolute. Father said, the spiritual world is absolutely centering on the rank of love. Because spiritual world composed of love. That's why when you enter the spiritual world, I want to see my great-grandfather was 1,000 years ago. I want to see him. And then when you think about it, immediately he appears in front of me. Because there is no space, no time, immediately appear. And then what happened? My great-grandfather appeared 1,000 years ago, died. He appeared, and I am here. And then immediately, without any explanation, immediately know each other. Whose spiritual level, whose about the love level more higher? Even though you were born 1,000 years ago, I just came from the earthly world. If I am spiritually and my love level more higher than him, my great-grandfather, politely, what's that? Bow down to me. This is a spiritual world. That's why when you enter the kingdom of heaven, even among the family, husband and wife, grandparents, your brothers and sisters, your children, who is the number one? Not by father, not by mother, not by other peoples. Who is higher? Okay, according to your level of love. That's why today I feel that if everybody someday go to the kingdom of heaven, I need to bow down to everybody first. Because you are higher than me. You are higher than me. Even though externally, I am Continental Director, Group Chairman of the 40 nations. God does not care your external position. God does not care how much money do you have. God does not care. God only cares how much do you have love. Because
Yes.
Because spiritual world composed of true love. And then Father said, true love passed through the shortest road. True love passes through the shortest road, and true love is the quickest of all. Even if a beloved child is somewhere abroad, as soon as the parents think of that child, they will already have left, seen that child, and returned. Love transcends distance, because true love travels the fastest. This whole vast universe can be the stage for your life activities. Since it transcends time and space, there is no sense of distance. It is as if everything is right before your eyes. Father once said, how to enter kingdom of heaven, how to meet God, What's the shortcut way? What's the shortest way? He said, not by money, not by position, not by your belief, not by method, not by wisdom. Love is the answer.
아주.
That's why who can win God? Who can win God more than anyone quickly? Who has a longing heart for God, really tears and tears and tears. Heavenly Father, I want to see you. I really truly miss you. I have such a longing heart for you. Who has that kind of heart of true love? This is the shortcut way to reach God. Because the love, the power of love, the speed of the love does not care space and time. That's what's the best way to establish an ideal world and peaceful world? Not external political power, not ministerial leaders of power. Power of true love.
아주.
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 So you respond to me, I have more power now. So almost conclusion. Father Man said, what's the only way to defeat the highest enemy? Answer, with sincere heart of love. How to love our enemy? Just words are cheap. There are so many people who are providing lip service. There are thousands of methods and ways. However, the heart of 심정, in Korean word 심정 means sincere heart, heartfelt your effort and sacrifice, in the truth of the truth. In the heart of love, there are no such things as special methods and ways. We should understand that heart of love. I truly love someone with my utmost sincerity. Is the only way to demolish the highest enemy of our enemy. So, in conclusion, I'd like to remind again, the spiritual world requires your actual achievement of true love. First one, actual achievement of loving your family. Please, after your ancestral liberation ceremony, blessing ceremony, wish paper, whatever ceremony, for me, one of the most wish is not become billionaire or millionaire. One of my greatest wishes, how can I become champion of true love? How can I become truly man of true love? I can digest even our enemies, any difficult brothers and sisters. I truly want to resemble God. I truly want to resemble our founder and father. They are the one who show the example. What true love is. That's why, please go back home. Love your family member, your spouse, your children, your parents. Mother Teresa said that when she took care of orphanage children in India, so many children died and no food, and then she every day cry, and then she knows that problem comes from family breakdown, broken family. That's why family is healthy, everything is okay. Then one of the reporter asked Mother Teresa, how do you establish world peace? And then Mother Teresa said, it is very simple. You go back your home, love your family. Our family become healthy family. The world peace automatically can be established. Ajo? Second, Not just only loving your family. Everybody can love just your own family. Even some scriptures say that you need to love your neighbor as your own, as my own brothers and sisters. Number third, you need to have actual achievement of loving your enemy. Everybody have an enemy. Historically, our ancestors kill each other. We are influenced by our ancestors. That's why we are liberating our ancestors. But nobody overcomes this issue, how to love our enemy. However, if we truly loving our enemy, digest our enemy, then become champion of true love, even access our ancestors' true meaning, they surely liberated by me through loving our enemy, through becoming champion of true love. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yong.